HDFC Bank, that's come off a little bit from the day's low, so that's giving some bit of a breather to the bulls. But Nimesh is still with us. Nimesh, you were talking about momentum funds, seeing some bit of withdrawal. There are a lot of these stocks that are very, very high PE.
Yeah.
And any case of disappointment is the stocks are getting slammed. Give us a picture about them. How are they trading at currently, even after the correction? And what does it compare with its normal valuations?
So, Nigel, I just looked at this data because, there was a lot of queries about what happened to Trent, what went wrong with Trent, or maybe today what went wrong with Dixon or Zomato for that matter. I was just looking at the Nifty 50 and the Nifty Next 50 in terms of the most expensive names and how they performed from the recent peaks and where the valuation stands at. So, if you look at in the Nifty 50, the big underperformers from the 50-week high, which have fallen very sharply off late. Top of the chart is Trent, which is down 30%, Asian Paints is down 32%, Adani Enterprises is down 35%, and the two auto twins, Bajaj Auto and Hero MotoCorp, both are down close to 35%. Now, the second plate would be their average one-year forward PE versus the 5-year average. If you look at Trent, after the correction, it's still quoting at close to 92 times on 1 year forward, whereas the 5-year average is close to 120 times. So it's always been historically a very inexpensive stock, that is Trent Limited. The second is Asian Paints, now trading at 44 times versus their 5-year average of 64 times. Similarly, Adani Enterprise now at 36 versus the average of 5-year average of almost 77 times. Bajaj Auto is an interesting name. Well, the stock is sharply corrected. Even after the correction, it's trading at close to 24 times versus the 5-year average of 20 times. So valuation-wise, it's still not corrected that much from a valuation perspective. Same is the case with Hero MotoCorp as well. It's still trading at close to 17 times versus 5-year average of 17 times. So these are the nifty names. Even if you look at Nifty 50, which is largely the momentum names and so-called high flyers, look at the big underperformers there. Zomato is down 30%. Avenue Supermart is down 35%. ABB is down 30%. BHL is down almost 38%. And even Hindustan Aeronautics is down 27%. Now, if you look at their respective 1-year forward multiples versus 5-year averages, Zomato, after the correction, is still at 125 times on 1 year forward, and the 5-year average has been close to 122 times. So it's always been an expensive name, still quite expensive stock. Avenue Supermart, now it's trading at close to 71 times on 1 year forward. Historical average is close to, 5-year average is close to 92 times. So it's been an expensive name, but it's seen a sharp correction of late in the last 1 year or so. Same is with ABB. Historical 5-year average has been 71. Even after the correction, it's quoting at 65. BHEL is an interesting name. The stock is corrected sharply from the 50-week highs, still trading at 34 times on 1 year forward versus the average was close to 40 times. And last name is Hindustan Aeronautics. Now, after the correction, is quoting at close to 31 times versus the 5-year average was 22 times. So a lot of these, high-flying names have corrected sharply, largely on the back of a bit of earning disappointment or the fact that the valuations are so high that there is very limited room of error. A small error here and there, and you'll see a sharp correction. So that's the reason why we put out this data. That while the stocks have corrected, in terms of PE multiple, a lot of the stocks are still trading much above their 5-year averages.
Well, that indeed is the narrative driving today's moves in individual stocks. Thank you very much, Nimesh, for highlighting that. Mitesh is now back with us for a few BTST calls. Mitesh, first a quick word. The Nifty is at 23,000.